Alright, this video is going to be about how to do pull-ups in general. My last video was about how to do your first pull-up, and once you can do your first pull-up, this video is going to provide you value. So essentially, how to do pull-ups. The main method when you're a beginner, once you can do your first one, is called greasing the groove. This means consistently every day, every certain amount of time, like every hour, just go to the pull-up bar and do as many pull-ups as you can do. And you just keep doing it every hour until eventually you get more and more. You'll be able to do one pull-up, another hour later, one pull-up, and very soon two pull-ups, three pull-ups, three pull-ups, and just like that. In general, when you're a beginner, this video is going to be the time between when you get your first pull-up and when you start doing weighted pull-ups. You want to use very high volume. When I was in this stage, I did 150 pull-ups a day. This was during COVID. And to hit 150 pull-ups in a day, this was in one stretch session, just straight into it. No, only a few water breaks, but no actual real breaks, just doing it. You just keep doing sets of max reps and you just keep adding it up until you hit 150. So like your best would be 13, and then you do 12, 11, 11, 11, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, until you hit 150. And so that's just the high volume approach. This is like a prisoner style workout where you hit in a lot of volume as a beginner, and you can increase very fast. It's really very easy to recover from pull-ups. You're not going to get injured. You might get a little sore in your wrists and forearms, or maybe a little bit in your back too, but it's not a big deal. So now that you know how to go from your first pull-up to weighted pull-ups, greasing the groove, and then incorporating high volume, the only thing left to talk about is form variations and sets and reps. So for the form and variations, you always want your chest to be as close as touching the bar as possible. Some variations, it's not mechanically possible for your chest to touch the bar, but in a standard pull-up it is. You want your chest to touch the bar, and you also want to go all the way down. The most important part of the pull-up is not the top, which everyone will think you want your chin above the bar. The most important part of the pull-up is the bottom, when you're getting the weighted stretch on your lats. This is when your lats actually grow. At the top of the pull-up, it's your upper back musculature that's growing. So the more important thing with the form of the pull-ups is to go all the way down on every rep. Now that we talked about that, when you do get to the top, pausing for 1 second is very beneficial, just to cement the form in your brain, make sure you're actually going all the way up. But that's the form. But now we're going to talk about the variations. For the standard pull-up, I'd say you don't want to go too wide, because that's going to be more of your upper back musculature working, and you don't want to go too narrow because it's extremely inefficient. You don't want your arm coming in front of your torso like this. So you want something pretty narrow though, because the more narrow is going to be the more lats. So you'd want in between 45 and here, like around this angle is the best for the standard pull-up. In terms of chin-ups, you want it shoulder width right here, and then you want your on the way down your triceps to tuck on your lats, and then two other very beneficial variations are the neutral grip, which is its shoulder width is best, but you can also go narrow. This one really stretches out your lats in a different way and also incorporates a different part of your bicep. It's great to rotate variations to minimize overuse and stress, avoid injury. It aids in progressive overload. So every so often, every like 3 or 4 weeks, you might want to switch up the variations. And those are really the only variations that matter: regular, chin-ups, and neutral grip. And in terms of sets and reps, again, you don't really need to be programming sets and reps when you're a beginner. You just want to stick to a high volume approach. And I'd say you'd want to hit the weighted pull-ups, get into that, buy your first weight belt once you can hit 15 pull-ups easily with perfect form. And that's the video on how to do pull-ups. Thank you.